Let's see if we're going. Alright, so I think this is going right now. So let's go ahead and start. Um, if you're watching this later, drop a comment. Let me know how you're doing. If you watch the event that we'll be talking about. So without further ado, let's talk about the Apple event that happened yesterday. So this is something that people have been looking forward to for a while now. So with especially the new iPad Pro, there's been a lot of talk about the iPad Pro, what's going to happen with it, what they're going to do, and we finally see the reveal. So the expectation was the new display technology, and for me, with the new iPad Air, how they kind of improved on it. The question was, how are they going to then differentiate between the iPad Pro and the iPad Air and some of the other iPad devices if they still share the same similar chips and are still more or less doing the same thing? So that was a big question for me. How are they going to differentiate? And sure enough, Apple, pulled a fast one. I stopped following the rumors, but the rumors, none of them were indicating there was going to be an M1 chip in the new iPad Pro. So this was a big surprise for me, seeing that they put the M1 chip in there. So essentially now you have the capability of a full-blown Apple laptop, one of their best, in a small device, which will be the iPad Pro. Now, this is pretty exciting because truly, if you do want that small portable work device, now you have that in the iPad Pro with the 11 inch. Of course, if you want to go up higher, you can go to the 12 inch. I personally have the 12 inch, and with the addition of the Magic Keyboard, this is probably one of the best portable devices you can have. It's small, it just slides into your backpack wherever it is. It doesn't take up a lot of space, so it's really nice. So to be able to get the M1 performance and that really brings things up a notch, especially with the touch screen. So now the question is, okay, how does it compare with the MacBook Air or even the entry level MacBook Pro? Well, if you want a device where you're able to be able to have a touch screen capability and still have the Apple Pencil, well, now you have that in the iPad Pro without sacrificing on the performance. So it'll be interesting to see how things develop. I think it's going down the right track, obviously, because Apple is putting a lot of effort into merging all of their devices, all of the hardware together. Now, from all the way up to their MacBook Pros, all the way down to the iPads, they're making it all comprehensive to where they're sharing similar platforms. And then also with the apps, being able to communicate between and go seamlessly between all of those. So I think this is a good move. I think going forward, things are just going to keep getting better. There's really not much of a sacrifice now when it comes to the iPad Pro, if you want to think of it that way. Before, where you might be sacrificing potentially, there really isn't anymore. And there's even maybe a advantage that you get with the iPad Pro, like I mentioned, with the Apple Pencil, and then also with the touchscreen capabilities that none of the other devices have. Interesting facts about the iPad Pro. Now, I thought that mini LED, which is what everyone was expecting, the mini LED, I thought that was going to be on both devices, but it's actually just on the bigger version, the 12 inch. The 11 inch sticks with the usual display, which is awesome, but with that new display technology, you only get it in the bigger model. The other benefits that you get with the bigger model, you can go all the way up to 16 gigs of RAM. That's absolutely crazy. Most people's laptops don't even have that. That is the base entry for their $2,000 MacBook Pro 16 inch. So you're getting a 16 gigs of RAM on there. So they're really pushing for this to be a productivity device, something that can truly replace your laptop. Now, I didn't watch the entire event. I don't know if they did a similar advertisement where they're talking about how this meet your new laptop. So I don't know if they did that whole push again, but it'll be interesting if they did, because truly now it's, you can't really argue as much anymore that the iPad is not a laptop. The iPad is pretty much a laptop now. 16 gigs of RAM, similar chip, M1 chip with their other laptops. So you can't really argue that it's not a laptop anymore. It's pretty much a laptop. What's really cool about this device, though, the new MacBook, Mac iPads. What's really cool about these new iPads is that the price is pretty similar to the previous models. If I'm not mistaken, it's pretty much the same. So base storage is 128 gigs, and they've upped it, which is the trend Apple has had each iteration. They've always upped the storage. So with the newest storage, they're able to go up to 2 terabytes, which is absolutely ridiculous. So 2 terabytes of storage on the device on the higher end, and that's with the big boy. So you're going up to 2 terabytes, but base entry is still 128. And what's cool about this is, like I mentioned, the price is still similar. So $799 for the 11-inch, and then you're going up to $1,099 for the 12-inch. So they made those improvements, but they didn't spike the price up to where it's unreasonable. So it's still expensive, don't get me wrong. And on the higher end, I think it goes over 2,000, like 2,000 and something. I have it on here. Let's see. So you go up to over 2,000 for the higher end. So that's quite interesting to see. So let's move on to the next one. So the next device that we had revealed was hey, what's going on? You just joined? We're talking about the MacBook, the Apple event. Did you watch it? Yeah, so the other devices that they revealed during the event, they had the AirTags. So the AirTags have been rumored for a while. It's one of those devices that's been leaked. So we finally get the official reveal. If you've seen the leaks, you already kind of knew what they look like. So we have the reveal now, and it's more or less what you expected. It's a tracking device. How do I feel about this? I don't see the immediate need for it. It's not something. No time to watch, huh? Yeah, no, it's pretty good. What was your expectations going in for the event, Ricky? Yeah, and then the AirTags. It's not something I'm going to purchase. It's a nice money grab for Apple. I mean, $100 for a 5 pack or a 4 pack. It's not bad. Apple is really reeling in the money with these peripherals and these accessories. Interesting facts about the AirTags: it's waterproof, water resistant, which is nice. It has a year-long battery. What else was that? What's pretty interesting, they said other people can find your device, so you can tap into anyone else a who has a Apple device, and they should be able to help you find it. I'm not really sure how that works, but they keep on claiming the privacy aspect of it. So, we'll see. It's just, yeah, I'll be curious to see who gets something like this and to review it. One thing that would have been kind of cool is if it was magnetic, then you can maybe just tag it onto something without having to have it dangle all the time. Yeah, so that's the AirTags, not AirTags, whatever they call them. the the AirTags. So going forward, then they had the purple iPhone. Nothing really much to discuss here with this. It's just a purple iPhone. I'm really not sure why they didn't, reveal this, or a foldable iPhone would be pretty cool. So supposedly they're supposed to be working on that. Maybe 2 more years from now we'll see that. But yeah, the purple iPhone is just a purple iPhone. I don't know why this has to be released later compared to the other ones. But hey, if you wanted a purple iPhone, it's here. It seems like it's on the just with the 12 regular and then the 12 mini, maybe. And then what else? They also had Apple TV. If you're into that, the Apple TV, they made some new updates. Sorry about the noise. So they have some new updates to the Apple TV where they changed the remote and it has some other new capabilities. I don't really have much to say about this one because I don't use it, so whatever. So let's talk about the big one. Save the big one for last. So the new iMacs. So this is pretty amazing. So the new iMacs are absolutely gorgeous. The design of it. If you see how it is, it's pretty much like an iPad, just a big iPad on a stand. And you have this single point hinge where it articulates on. It's kind of looks like a big word here. It's reminiscent of the Surface Studio. Really amazing design here. I'm not feeling the colors though. It seems a little too playful for a, I don't know. It's like they have all, I get it. You get your personality and all of that. It's nice. But what happened to some regular colors? I didn't see any silvers or just black, plain colors if you want. So for the price, it's not too bad. Entry price is, let's see here, $1,299, and then they have a upgraded version for $1,499. So it's not terrible if you want a Mac device. This is between the new M1, iPad Pro, and these are some of the cheaper options to getting into the Mac ecosystem, I guess, with the M1 chip. So these are pretty nice, and more options coming to us. What's pretty cool here, there's a headphone jack. So when I saw the design, I was like, oh my god, watch the headphone jack be taken out. So the headphone jack is here on this one, which is nice. Excited about that, even though I'm not getting the device. And let's see here. I want to see what they also have in terms of peripherals. So it goes up to 2 terabytes for the upgraded version, I guess, up to 16 gigs of memory. So that price, the $1,499, is for 256 gigs. And let's see here. So for peripherals, we have USB 3, Thunderbolt, and USB 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 ports right there. You have your headphone jack. You can put Ethernet cable, it seems like. So they didn't skim out on the ports on this one, so that's pretty nice since you are tethered to with this device. Another part I forgot to mention on the iPad Pro, they're still sticking with Face ID. So with the previous iPad Air, with the introduction of the Touch ID, I kind of thought this is the direction they'll be going with putting more Touch ID on here, but they're still sticking with Face ID. So who knows what's going to happen with the new iPhones, if they're going to take away the notch and go with Touch ID. But it seems like they're still invested in it. So it would have been pretty cool to have both options, Touch ID and Face ID. Sometimes it's kind of annoying with your big device to hold it up like this. So it would have been nice to just have it where you could have just had Touch ID on there as well. But yeah, so those are the devices they announced. Pretty excited to see all the products just kind of coming together. The M1 chip being integrated into more devices. It'll be pretty cool to see what they keep doing with it. Maybe we'll get an M1 iPhone soon, with the way things are going. So hopefully, Apple keeps the trend of innovating, not necessarily innovating, but improving and not necessarily increasing their price too much. So that'll be exciting to see what they do going forward. Okay. All right. So drop a comment. Let me know what you thought about the event. Any devices you're going to be potentially getting. Which ones you're most excited about. And yeah, let's chat some more.